Hey guys, Allison Gardner here. And it's time to talk. Sounds so ominous and it's not, but I have long wondered, as I have watched the different ways that my channel has morphed over time, what in the world they all had to do with each other. And knowing that there was links, knowing that life has a way of kind of threading themes through, I knew that they all went together somehow, but I didn't get it. And today I think I get a piece of it. So when I first started this channel, I talked about let go techniques and empowerment techniques and building a life of your dreams and going and getting what you wanted. And then as I found that those weren't quite enough, I went searching for what it was in my life that I was really struggling with, that I was really up against. And I found that a lot of it was the struggles of the lives of the supporters. So we are, as a society, beginning, and I emphasize the word beginning, to talk about depression and anxiety and mental illness as a whole, and how it affects the lives and the silent battle that it is. And I'm so grateful that we're talking about it, but I've also found that there's an unseen battle that goes on, that is those of the supporters. So those who are supporting individuals with mental illness or that just struggle with different abilities, where that is concerned. And so I went there and I shared and I talked about the battles that I face that go unseen, and are not really understood. And then lately I've been moving more towards building the life of your dreams, but from the lens of yourself. Finding out who you are, finding out why it's so important to know who you are as an individual, not as a whole heap of limiting beliefs that other people have given you or trying to please anybody else, but to just do it yourself. And so I've watched this progression play out and wondered, where in the world? And so I want to tell a little story today about how all of those different pieces go together. So back in February, I planted a seed of hope that something in my life could change. And I worked on that seed, and I watered that, and metaphorically speaking, and I worked on it and I worked towards it, and nothing seemed to happen. And so I just kind of went, I'm not going to give up on it. I'm going to keep it there. But it led to me wanting to plant other seeds and me wanting to do other things, like writing a book that I'm working on, getting edited right now, about starting a life as a public speaker, and just other dreams that never would have entered my mind if I hadn't first let myself consider something new. And so I didn't pull up that seed. I just kind of let it be and let it grow and do whatever it needed to do. Well, yesterday I got some really exciting news, which I will be able to tell you about in a couple weeks, but I can't say anything now, but I got some really good news. And I got to see that seed that I planted come to fruition. And the declarations that I had written for it, and the positive thoughts that I had put into it, and the vision boarding that I had done, and all of these things, I saw it bear fruit. And it was so exciting and so thrilling, and I was over the moon. And to see Heavenly Father bring all of the different pieces together so perfectly, so much better than I ever could, and to see that fruit become ripe at just the right moment was so powerful and was so thrilling. And I waited and I waited, and then I told my husband, and he's like, congratulations. And that was it. And he just couldn't go to that excited place with me. And it was really, really hard to have seen something that I had done so much mental work on and put so much effort in, and to see that I was in it alone, even though it's a wonderful thing that will affect both of us and it's so good. Where he was at was in such a place that he couldn't meet me where I was at. And it's led to us having some conversations about just kind of like, do I support? Am I there? And I've realized how unique I am in my story. And that's the thing I guess I also want to share, that the lives of supporters are so different because mental illness is so different for everyone. I was talking to someone and she said that she feels weird about sharing that she has depression because she's like, I can't even describe it. Like, I can't even explain what it is. So how do I expect anyone else? And that what she faces every day is different than maybe what you'd say the textbook ones are that people are more familiar with. And then my own case is, it's just so much ingrained in our lives. And so I don't even know. So my point is just that it's different for everybody. And so as I thought about that, I just kind of realized it's like, I don't know how to support anybody else through this journey other than the person in my life, the main person in my life that I support, because how we face it together is so different than how anybody else faces theirs together. And I was just kind of just talking to him and realizing that how we do it is different based on how he has learned to face and to cope. So there's that piece. And then there's this realization that at the end of the day, I'm going to be the one that's most excited. There's a realization that I'm the one that put in the work, and I'm the one that wanted the changes, and I'm the one that had the dream. And so, yeah, maybe this huge change, this change that will be so huge for me, wouldn't be huge for anybody else. But for me, it really matters. And for me, it's going to make all the difference. And so it's being okay with the fact that I'm the one that's really excited about it. And it's the fact that I'm the one that is so invested in it because I was the one that started the process. And so I think I finally come to understand that our lives are so big and so complex and so many layers that to really find the joy in life that I want, it's all the different pieces. It's the planting the seeds and putting in the mental effort to help them grow and to be disciplined to stay in good places. It's supporting a spouse and realizing that, yeah, things are getting better, for which I'm incredibly grateful for, but things are still hard. And it's okay that they're hard. It doesn't mean that anything wrong is happening. It doesn't mean that I'm not doing enough to support. It just means that things are hard. Even because our normal isn't like anybody else's normal. My mom used to say that normal is just a setting on the dryer. And I totally agree. Because our normal is different, and there are things about it that hurt. There are things about it that are glorious. And so learning to take the bitter with the sweet is a beautiful gift in my life. And that sometimes we dream big, and even when our dreams happen, we might be alone in the dream, but that doesn't make the dream any less beautiful or any less gorgeous. So wherever you are at in this journey, I hope that you will find hope, that even in the bitter, there is sweet, and that good things come when we try. Thanks for joining me, guys, and I'll see you next time.